welcome to another Justine review. I am coming to you from the Norman Manley International Airport. I am traveling today to New York / New Jersey, and I wanted to just take you with me so you can see what the process is like, tell you about the COVID-19 protocols. I did have to do a COVID-19 test and produce a negative test, and I'll tell you more about that, and I will share this experience with you. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Follow me on my socials at Justine D, and come with me. Let's go to foreign, as we say in Jamaica.
Hello stranger, it's been a minute since we last kicked.
So guys, my flight got delayed and most of the places here are closed. I'm still hoping and praying that I can get to buy some patties. Let's see if it's open. Yay, it's open. Yay. Awesome sauce. 2 hampers and a mule, one of my favorite spots. We shall be buying some Jamaican patties. Yes, I am very excited that they're open.
Baby, I wonder what.
Well, at least Burger King is open, even though I don't really want Burger King and I'm not getting it, but people can get food. I was just really happy that 2 hampers and a mule is actually open.
Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill.
Hold me till I scream forever, and wash me over until my will runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby.
Guys, so you see what it was like for me flying to New Jersey, and also I went to Florida for a little bit, and you know, I do have some content coming up about that. So some fun content. I went to Niagara Falls and I did some other really cool things with my friend Christine in Florida, so look out for that content coming up. But let's talk about the requirements for flying from Jamaica to the United States. Like I said, I went to 2 states. I went to New Jersey and I went to Florida. So I'm gonna talk about flying from Jamaica, the Norman Manley International Airport, to JFK, because there's no straight flight from Kingston to New Jersey. It's actually gonna take you to New York, and then I guess my friend Sonia picked me up from JFK and we drove back to Jersey. So let's talk about the requirements. First of all, you will need to do COVID-19 test. That was an interesting experience for me. It was the first time I was doing one. And to be honest, it really wasn't that bad. I see people getting really scared and nervous, and oh my God, I really was a little nervous about it. But when I got it done, yes, it's a little uncomfortable. You might have a little water running down your from your eyes and stuff. But honestly, it really wasn't a bad experience for me. I did mine at Pure Jamaica Medical, which is so their offices are located on Windsor Avenue, as in their doctor's offices. But to do the COVID test, you actually have to go to their office located on Stanton Terrace. So I thought you might want to know that it costed me around $7,000 at the time. And I think the cost right now is about $5,000, and I'm talking about Jamaican dollars here. 5,000 Jamaican dollars is roughly maybe 35 to 40 US, and 7,000 would be maybe about 45 to 50 US dollars. The test needs to have been done at least 72 hours before you board your flight, so please do keep that in mind. My flight was actually on a Sunday. I went and did the test the Friday afternoon. My flight was delayed actually, because the flight was Sunday morning and it was delayed until Sunday evening. So bear that in mind. But I think airlines, if there's a delay that is on their part, then they will pay for you to redo the test. But keep that in mind. That was kind of a little bit of a cool thing for me, because my vacation, even though there was a delay, it was a delay for the whole day, and I got to actually spend the day in a hotel. The airline, I flew with Caribbean Airlines. They put me up in a hotel for the day. It's one of the nicer hotels in Kingston. So kudos to you, Caribbean Airlines, for that. At least I wasn't completely inconvenienced. You must wear a mask through the airport and through the entirety of the flight. There are, except for if you're gonna be eating or drinking, you actually have to keep your mask on. Do not get those masks that have the little vents. Those are actually not allowed on flights or within the airport, because you really would only be protecting yourself and not the other passengers around you. Airport lines are a little bit longer now because of the COVID-19 measures, so do take that into consideration. Give yourselves ample time to get to the airport and check in and go through all of the little checks and be checked at the door, etc. Make sure that you have your vaccination card on hand if you've been vaccinated. Make sure that you have the negative COVID-19 test to show, and of course your documents, your passport, if you require a visa or if you have a PR card, whatever it is, make sure you have all of those so that you can present those to the attendant at the desk. When you arrive in the US, the process is seamless. There isn't really anybody checking you because you've already been checked before you go. You've shown evidence of a negative COVID-19 test. You don't have to do the PCR test, guys. The PCR test is the more in-depth one. It's also more expensive. You can do the antigen test because that one is accepted. Make sure also that you go to the website of the airline that you're traveling on to check what the COVID-19 requirements are for the place that you're traveling to, because some places have different requirements and restrictions than others. So some places may require a PCR test while others will accept the antigen test. And the antigen test is accepted at the JFK airport. So yeah, I also did a little bit of travel within the US, and there is no requirement. Well, I traveled from Jersey to Florida, and I did go through the airport in Jersey, not JFK, and from there to Florida there is no requirement for you to do a COVID-19 test. So for domestic flights, it's not a requirement. You are, however, required to wear masks in most places if you are unvaccinated. If you're vaccinated, then it's not an issue. But if you are not vaccinated, then they ask you. It's not like rigidly enforced, but it is asked of you. And I actually see a lot of people wearing their masks. I don't know whether they're vaxxed or not. I mean, that's not really my business. But yeah, you are required to wear it if you're not vaccinated. If you're vaxxed, then a lot of the business places will allow you to go in without your mask. I wore my mask. I am playing with COVID, okay? I am not playing. When you're coming back to Jamaica, I flew from JFK to Norman Manley. That was a pretty seamless process for me. You are required to register on the Jam COVID website, and you must get the written approval in order to get onto your flight. So please remember that. Make sure you go and register. And another COVID-19 test is required. Obviously, it needs to be negative, and it has to be done 72 hours before your flight. Again, the antigen test is accepted in Jamaica, and at the time when you arrive, there aren't really any COVID-19 checks, and there was nobody really telling you what to do at the airport. I was a little surprised about that, but the requirement at the time was, I think, 8 days quarantine for vaccinated persons and 14 days for unvaccinated persons. Now you can do the PCR test, and if you have a negative PCR test, the requirement is that you don't have to quarantine. For unvaccinated persons, I'm not so sure what the requirement is right now. I'll probably put it somewhere on the screen. I'll look it up and let you know. That, guys, is pretty much my review of traveling from Jamaica to the United States during COVID-19. I mean, the pandemic has been here, or if you want to call it the panoramic, has been here with us for a while. It has been wreaking havoc across the world, and we all have to now try to adjust to this, whether or not you are for being vaccinated or against it. I mean, it's your prerogative. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you learned something, I would ask you to please subscribe, like it if you like it, and leave a comment down below. Tell me what your experience has been like traveling. And as I told you guys before, I do have some fun content coming up from the trip, so look out for that. I'm also gonna be doing a Christmas giveaway. 'Tis the season, so also be on the lookout for that. Make sure that you're a subscriber. Make sure that you're following me on my socials so that you can see. I'm gonna be decorating for the holidays, and I'm pretty excited about that. My friend Nick, who has a business called St. Nick's Decor, and he did a wreath for me last year, and we're gonna be decorating my apartment together this year, and I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope that you will join me for that too. So thank you guys so much for staying to the end of this video. I love you so much. Cheers. Bye.